Hello and welcome to another gameplay review on the Virkayu gameplay channel, and that really did sound like some kind of weird growl. I said hello, actually. Viego, brand new, jungler, released, kind of like another sort of fightery, Kane, Rasty champion. Has some very interesting aspects to its kit, but despite the fact E West was down, I managed to get a replay, and that's because I got it on Korea. And then I thought, hey, this is a very good D1 jungler against a Grandmaster Talia. Wow. Turns out it was Canyon the whole time, so Challenger jungler, using Viego, getting to grips with the kit. Let's just, before we get into sort of the whole gameplay aspect of it, let's have a look at the kit briefly. I will do a full breakdown of this, a full champion guide on my main channel. This is really a good first look at the play patterns, the ability level order, itemization. We're going to talk about the game, but within context of the new champion. So most importantly, Q is your max ability. We want to get this going as soon as possible, purely because it does that current health physical damage. That's the passive of it, obviously, on your basic attacks or all attacks. The active there does extra damage, as you can see, and has a crit multiplier. And then you can see all the scalings there. The cooldown gets to be quite low. Now, the thing that you're going to see a lot of is that people are maxing W second more often than E, and that's where we sort of differentiate in terms of what you should be doing. Yes, the W is your stun. It is the thing that gives you that little dash, obviously not over walls, as Talia invades, expected. But the scaling, as you can see, is really in the flat damage. There is no scaling in the CDR. There's no scaling in anything else. It's just the base damage that you get. Everyone's been chunked, warded, placed. I'll try and cover the game as well as the champion. But for E, look at the scaling you get there. Cooldown goes from 14 to 6. The attack speed goes from 30 to 50, and the movement speed goes from 20% to 30%. And why this is important is as your Q, okay, is your core sort of ability, as you see he's starting with the Q here, no leash. So you're going to get a very good idea of how the clear looks with Viego without a leash. Usually at 5 camp, you're looking at around the same clear speed as a Rengar, which is absolutely fine. I don't think that's anything to scoff at. People were saying it was super slow are probably comparing it to Karthus or Fiddlesticks, which you shouldn't. Now he's gone a W second here. You can, if you're not going to do Krugs, if you're going to do this, if you're going to ignore Krugs and go into the Raptors and like this, that E second is also a possibility just because you get the attack speed. But the W gives you damage, gives you a stun, and your Q is AoE. So as he's doing the Krugs here, you'll try and make sure that you're hitting, like with Kane, all camps with your Q. All monsters with your Q to get the maximum damage, the burn heal, and everything else in relation to the kit and the Ember Knife. Well, Hail Blade in this case. You can go red or blue smite depending on your team comp. For the reason Canyon has gone blue smite here is ranged component, ranged, whatever the hell that is, but it has some range. So the damage plus the slow will enable him to gap close and fight accordingly. So here having E would be more beneficial, but as long as you're getting the AoE Q stab, the joust, on all of the baby raptors as well as the big one, you should be able to regen very nicely, and he'll be done around here 238.5. That's not terrible. That's pretty solid, and at least at this point would have done buff Grom and be moving into gank, and at least it's sort of your quintessential early ganker. And that's a full red side clear. As people get better at kiting, maxing their abilities, the clear speed will improve. Now, Canyon will max E second. Most of you should be maxing E second, and the data suggests maxing E second. Q first, obviously. As he finishes the clear, I want to cover itemization just very briefly. Okay, that wolf really kited a long way. And look at this, little baby frog. Blade of the Rune King is basically designed to work well with his kit, or his kit is designed to work well with the item. The percentage HP from Blade plus the current HP from the autos and his passive on the Q ability, that is just really synergistic, and honestly it has the best win rate. The attack speed, the AD amplifier on his Q and his R really benefit from that, obviously, and the attack speed, the more attacks you get through, the more HP damage you are doing, percentage HP damage you are doing. So make sure you are actually understanding that that item is core to his kit. The interesting thing is, you don't have to go that item. You can rush the Gore Drinker. And in this game, as we go in for a gank here very quickly, you are going to notice a couple things, and as he itemizes, we'll talk more about it. Let's look at this. Ganking comes in with the E for the movement speed ability. If you fight within this, you get the attack speed. You want to try and hit your W, alright? He hits the dash. That's a tricky ability to hit, but it's very nice on these early ganks from this angle, because if you can sort of hold your W, it scales with stun time, by the way, just to be clear, alright? Dashes forward and hurls the mist that he gathers while charging, and that stun time goes from 0.25 to 1.25 seconds based on how long you hold it. So think of it like a Viego in essence, alright? Comes in with the E. Okay, you can see here, he does not hit it, but he gets the flash anyway. Well, she flashes and therefore he doesn't hit it. Goes back into his mist and disappears. They don't see it, by the way. You only are visible when you start doing attacky things. Meantime, Viego says goodbye for now. The Taliyah in this game started on the red side, should have shown top side, or will show top. Actually, nice little cheeky lane gank there. Viego hangs around for another repeat gank. Nothing available. Leave a ward here, I think, is nice. There you go. The reason for this ward being so good is if the Taliyah does this, right, if the Taliyah does Krugs, red Krugs, Raptors, goes up to topside, does a 5 camp or 6 camp, takes the crab, doesn't show, maybe a gank isn't available, and resets. And in this case, your Krugs have already spawned. So Canyon could have actually counter jungled this, but as we saw from the vision toggle there, already back, already on her way, wasted time looking for the lane gank. Canyon doesn't know that, so he's basically saying her Krugs are going to be up tier 2, Raptors are going to be up tier 2, and she might look to gank bottom lane because they're pushing, and because I showed up and they have no flashes. This means that ward gives you great protection. Canyon back to base. First buys a pickaxe because he's going to go Iron Spike into the Gore Drinker. This is a nice little tactic, same with Kane. Use your E to get back into the map as fast as possible. Use your dash to get back to the camps as fast as possible. Little things. Translates from champion to champion, nothing new. Stun your camps and you can farm. Now what we're looking to do is be active. You're not looking to FK farm. Now, did Taliyah just literally walk through that vision? There should be no reason for them to die if she did. Yo, run away, run away, run away, run away. Okay, so free things for Taliyah. Nice. She has flash up. That's just a flash auto, even flash Q. There you go. All right, that's tragic. That's tragic, but things happen in life. Now, what Canyon can do from this is finish his tier 2 Krugs and then go look for a gank on the top side. Here we go. Nara is low. This is great. He's going to actually go for this bush. This is really bad laning. You should anticipate the same thing. Look at the pings coming through from the Taliyah. Like, he must be there. So here, you charge up your W. You hit it, you dash forward, you get the stun. Alright? We get our jab with the Q. And then you can just auto to finish. And then you can become the champion, and that's the passive. That gives you HP, by the way. That scales with the whole... He's Nara now. I have to wait for him to not be Nara before we can continue this discussion. That scales here, as you can see. The health you get is enemies max HP. But it scales with base value, AD, AP, and attack speed. So this opens up possibilities of Nash's Tooth, which I'm seeing a little bit, but it's not actually that good. Purely because this scales with AP, and this scales also with AP in terms of your movement speed. But if you're leveling E second, you get a lot of movement speed within that shroud, within the mist, just by leveling it up. So it's not really worth, it's just a fun thing you can think about. Now, mid lane looks primed for a gank. Let's go for that. Let's see how that works out. E on in. There we go. Charge up our W. And boom. Max range into the set E. We get our Q off. Chunk. We can look at that again. Come on in from the E. You got the movement speed. We hit the W. Chain CC. All very standard stuff. But it's actually quite nice because you get the dash to gap close within it. Now, I don't know why Set would be going down here. He most likely is going to die. I mean, she ganked here, then did this. Team gap. On up to your Raptors. You don't have to E for the attack speed here, because the Q is so good with the AoE. But you can use your E to farm, I'm seeing it. What's interesting about your E, and I'll point this out, is that you don't have to attach it to a wall. So here, my concern is, as you saw when you E, you get the mist shroud, right? They can see the mist shroud. So, as far as I know, they can see the mist shroud. So if you E this wall, right, they can see the whole thing and see that you're doing raptors. So what you want to do is stand at the back or in the middle and E the other way. And you will get like a little shape like this of mist that you can sit in to get your attack speed bonus, but it doesn't go over all the walls, so it's not really ruined. Like, you're not actually, ruined. You're not actually spotted in any way. Just a little thing through my own testing that was kind of useful. Finish your camps, get level 6. Right, we burned that flash, let's go. Control warded, use your E to gap close. There we go. Hit your stun with your W, get your Q. Now you can auto attack, you ult to finish off, very nice. And here we go. If you get this kill, okay, this is sort of like a, I want to say it's just like a Pike ult in nature, okay? You do slow them by 99% and you knock any other enemies back within this small radius. So it's kind of like Pike ult in terms of how you use it. It does missing HP damage, which means it acts as a pseudo execute. You can become Gragas now, which is great. And look at this. You get the execute on the items. So he gets gold, she gets gold from the execute. Gap close, use your ult again, which it gets reset for a brief time. Gap close with the W, get your Q off, auto attack, use your E to get more attack speed and movement speed if you need to leave, which in this case you do. Scan the bush, and now we can go back to base, or we can wait. Okay, Goody, very close. Goody went back to base. In the meantime, we're focusing on the Viego, so I apologize, this won't be as your typical gameplay, just because we want to see exactly how he uses the champion. The Talia is gonna go dive the Rumble on the top side. This is expected. You gank one side of the map, they're gonna gank another. There we go. Rumble. Timo from the Discord will be very happy to see Rumble destroyed. He hates that champion. There you go. And now she gets the Krugs. So she got a few freebies, which is unfortunate. Nothing you can do. Very close there, actually. The red is being stolen. See, I haven't seen anything beyond this. I'm just going to analyze as we go. It'll be a bit more free-flowing in that nature. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Look at this. You know she's on the red? Use your E on the wall. Alright? Not only makes you camo, gives you that movement speed boost. Which means you can gap close by running around walls. Flash. You've got the W. Stun. Q. And now you just auto attack with your Conquer stacks. Good night. There you go. And now you become Talia. How great is that? The chase down from this champion is really fun. Because you can't really escape him. You think, no map scaling. That's broken. Why play Talia when you can just kill Talia and then become Talia anyway? Cool. Back to mid lane. Okay, so good patience, but Gragas ganked first. 3 and 0. We've got the Iron Spike whip completed. We got the Kindle Gem ready to go. E on through, and you can do a lot of this probing. That's nice. That should be a W stun. Gets knocked out, doesn't matter. You can ult to gap close and then auto. Very nicely done. Shall we watch that again? Good, good. Clutch combos are ready. You know someone's here? Slap down your E. Now, they don't know if you take it or not, which is brilliant. When they do, you can then gap close and stun with your W. Use your Q. Get knocked back. Actually, he didn't even use a Q yet. And now you ult to gap close, which slows them. And then you can Q to finish. Boom. Well done. Canyon, well done. Like he's a kid in the school and I'm impressed. World's best jungler. And then becomes Talia again. Finishes the smite. A little bit of counter jungling, always good to do. If you take out the enemy jungler in these situations, please take their stuff. Watch the laner rotations though, obviously. This is something to be very mindful of. As we see, use your E to gap close, get the W stun into the set E. That's kind of a disgusting combo, is it not? That's a disgusting combo. The Gragas body slam. Okay, so this is what we call the greed and limit testing. We'll call that limit testing. Should just leave. If you guys are interested in actual early game jungling, you know, up until around 12 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm doing a special course actually on a... It's exclusively on Planet 9, but it's my course, I'm doing it. I want to start getting into classes like up to 10 people. So I'll put that link in the description below. We'll talk a lot about these kind of decisions and when they're good and when they're bad. Definitely something I'm excited to do as well. Gotta set up a curriculum and everything. Finished Gore Drinker. Still got... I had to pause it for a second because he still has 2 charges on his Hailblade. And when he smited the Raptors, the Talia's was completed. So... okay. Alright, there's a lot of interactions. I don't know them. No one knows them. If they do, they're lying to you. We're gonna have to get into it. Eon through to the gank here. Flash stun. Very well done. Conqueror's fully charged. Become... see, now you're going backwards, though. But you get the dash from the Samira. Ult again. Get knocked into the enemy team. Get stunned to the Gragas. Doesn't matter. We Q. Oh. Okay. Okay, let's watch that again. So, overall, the greed here... but as soon as you see a fight on the bottom side, you rotate directly down. Don't go farming. Don't go top side. There's a dragon up. Let's go punish their overcommitment. You stun and kill the Samira. Now, there's no ways to gap close this, right? We're all on CDR. So what we'll do is we'll become the Samira. We'll get the dash through. You ult with your Viego ult to gap close again. And now you've got your W up. You're charging it up. You get E'd by the Talia. But your W goes through, which means she gets stunned. He body slams you into the wall. Doesn't matter, because we autoed, right? And now you should be able to finish your Q, which is a double proc, and get the kill. Remember, the HP component is very important, and the fact that you've got the Gore Drinker active as well. A lot of healing. Become Talia. Trying the knockback. It doesn't go through. But, I like it. I like it. Use your E to probe again. And push the wave. Now here we should be looking to do the dragon, so good indication of how the dragon works. And this is what I was talking about with the raptor, you see? It doesn't go around because you don't want it to go around because then they can see you're doing it. You just use it in here to get your attack speed buff, right? And then now you can very easily do this with your kit. Not a problem whatsoever. People worried about solo dragons, easy, 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 easy. Nice. Right, back into our jungle. We see the roam by the Gragas. Talked a lot about this in the video on my main channel, the support roaming in Korea. Absolutely bonkers. It really decides that she doesn't enjoy winning. Set says he doesn't enjoy winning either. But they manage to get a kill despite this. Kenny rotates after blue, stuns, gets her Q off, throws his E out to chase down, and then ults to finish. There you go. Becomes Talia again, because now we get the movement speed passive. And you have that ult on a timer still before it extinguishes, and then you use it to gap close, throw down your E, because once again, you are Viego. W just misses. Now you get Megad. I want to say it's 2020 champion, but you're a 2021 champion, and Kaisa is an eternal champion. Okay. Did you see... Samira's killing her friendly fire. We can finally halo this up. Watch this. So, you get the jab from your Q, you get belly slammed, knocked up, and then Samira'd, but you're still within your camo stuff, which will expire here for a second. We stab out a Q again. Your Q is, your W is up. So he's charging the W up again, dashes forward, and it misses, but throws down the smite, right? Then can jab Q again, joust. She goes in on this, for some reason, I don't know why you would do that. Kaisa finishes off Genji Envy, and because we become Samira and heal from it, you do the damage here. Samira kills Gragas. Very exciting. Very exciting. 911. So Gore Drinker is completed. Look how fast we go now with the E. There we go. Movement speed up to 465. And you really are like an undead Wraith King thing inside. So, the best itemization. Canyon will not be going the statistical best, but he is just going pure fighter. Alright? The mid lane should be a battle right now. I anticipate Talia doing something. The next objective is the crab. Giant void beetle, sorry. So we want to pay attention to this. She shows bottom side. But Blade of the Rune King as your first item is definitely the best win rate at the moment. The thing is, you follow that up with a mythic of your choice. Gore Drinker has the best win rate as a second, just because you are a fighter. Sterix, Death Dance, all those usual things. You can also go Wit's End as a good example. Kenny will do that this game. Black Cleaver also works nicely. Typical fighter itemization. The thing is, you can go more squishy against squishier team comps, And that's with something like the Kraken Slayer as well as the Trinity Force coming in the best for the squishier games where you don't really need the Gore Drinker or there's a large ranged component. And in this game there is a large ranged component, so you could argue not going the Gore Drinker. It really is powerful against melees. However, the Blade of the Rune King has the best win rate as the first item overall in the statistics. I'm looking at them now. Kraken Slayer second is an option. Trinity Force is an option. Both have similar win rates, similar usage rates. But that Gore Drinker really does reign supreme. So I think those are your three best bets. Gale Force is an option as well. I'm seeing some of the Shield Bow, but I'm not seeing the data and the win rates to back that up. Then, of course, Sterex, as I said, standard fighter stuff, GA, what have you. And in this game, you're not going to see the Blade of the Rune King, unfortunately, because the stabby is really funny. But typical fight itemization works with the champion. Okay, Gragas, you're out of position. Throw down your E. Now you're invisible, which allows you to go in and out, which is great, I think. And it's really big, huh? This is a big AoE. I wasn't talking about his gigantic sword either. I couldn't help myself. Crab, Void Beetle, I keep calling it a crab. Void Beetle is on the table. I think we want to fight for it, but okay. I'm gonna watch it again, don't worry. I'm just watching. 2021 champion, ladies and gentlemen. Why play anything else when you can be everything else? Right, the E from the Fisty Boy hits. We have here our Q from the Viego, who then gets knocked back in. Thank you very much, Gragas. And now you've got your ult, which again is kind of like a reset. You can use it again, right? You can use it again. Especially with that takedown. There we go. So we basically use it to slow and to finish off with another Q. And now we become Talia, but you've got it activated again. You see? So you can use her spells. Look at the W coming through from the Talia here, and then finish off with the Viego ult. Really well done. Good team fighting. And I have a lot on team fighting I want to talk about in the core guide. Choosing which champions to abduct, soul-wise, choosing which champions to take from the enemy team, and how to use them in team fights. It will reward the best team fighters in the game. Okay, that E into the W is very nice. Good stun. You don't have to charge it up that long if you have chain CC, but it is good to charge it up as long as possible for the longest stun time. Because that, again, it doesn't scale. It's just really no need to upgrade that ability second. The utility from the E. Did he really back there and then get stunned? Nothing. Alright. So this game is looking a little one-sided until we take stock. 0-3-1 top lane. 1-1-1-1 Viego. 1-1-0 mid lane. 1-1-3 Kai'Sa. And a 0-3-9 set. So this is your quintessential. Wow. Wow. Team gap is huge. Again, this is a little greedy, you're limit testing, what have you. Let's see how slippery we can be. We've got the E to escape. Once you hit the blind, you're visible. You have healing from Gore Drinker, and you have Conqueror, and you have healing from Soul Abduction, and now you're Talia, and you can do it again. But you die before you get the soul. Oh man. This is fun. I'm excited to go in depth. I've been playing it a little bit, watching a little bit. I'm excited to go in depth and test everything. But I don't know if Canyon's gonna win this game, which is good. I think it's nice to look at games that you can't win, especially when the best jungler in the world is having troubles. Use your E to get back on the map. Dragon is spawning. Let's go. Whole fight in the mid lane. I always look at the map. I figured you guys would want to stare at Canyon a little bit. No, not Canyon, but Viego. Okay, second dragon completed. That's the main thing, right? If your team is Pepeg like this and you are super hyper giga fed, make sure you are securing those objectives. And now that we've talked a lot about Viego, guess we can talk about the game a little bit and how we can maximize this win condition. Stun on the crab war is nice. Watch mid lane. Watch mid lane. I'm basically at this point hovering. You want to make sure you're hovering here and you have enough damage to pick people. Rebellious crab. And as I said, you have enough damage to assassinate. You just don't know where the rest of their team is. Talia, MIA, Gnar, not exactly sure. TP isn't up, but your team is basing, so you have to be very careful about this fight. Here we go. Okay, let's see. Let's see how we can make a pick. W stun into your Q, auto Q. And then you, oh, that was clean. Oh, that's cleaner. Ult again. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, never mind. So this was very nice. Let's watch this again. Right. You get your W stun. You get your auto Q, right? And now he knows she's gonna W him. And you want to become unstoppable with your ult, okay? Use your E for a bit of movement speed. Move into the Tilia and then ult onto the spot to avoid the knockback. Absolutely brilliant. Forces the flash from the Tilia, but she gonna die. And this is where you have to be careful. Do you want to take this? For healing, sure. To become Tilia, obviously, but don't stick around. Because now you're in a basically an unfortunate, like walk away here. Because you don't need to limit test with Tilia. But then you ult back out for safety. And the Sterix gauge comes in huge, but... You have World's MVP, guys. You have the World MVP jungler. What are you doing? And he has 14 kills. Pain. I'm so sorry that Canyon had to do this. So whenever you think, hey, you watched Lita go on like a 20-game lose, you don't get red buff, Kaiser. You do not get red buff. Come on now. Stun, auto Q. Keep stacking your Conqueror, throw down your E for chaseability and attack speed, and then you can finish off with a Q again. Easy. Become the fat man. Right. I still think this is 1v9able. Good job, Set. Take towers now. Take towers now. Be very careful, because the rest of your team cannot fight. You can, but they cannot. Deep vision. Take the crab. E for the flank there. That's nice. I like that too. The turrets do show you. You're not a collie. Come on now. If Canyon dies here... Okay, so that's on him. If you're fed, remember, if you're this fed, and you're the guy that's controlling the game, and you die, and you make that one mistake, and you lose the game from it, it's on you. I agree the team is just useless. But if you can still carry the game yourself and you make one mistake that makes that impossible, the loss is on you. Okay, stun, E, oh my goodness, Gore Drinker active, ult to gap close, that's a dead Lucian. So well done, and now you become Lucian. Okay. As I was saying, I'm learning things as well with you. We're learning in real time here. Is that an El Baron? Should be. Ah, they turn. I don't need to rewind that. They turn and get kills, but they give up the Baron. And now they've got a dragon up. Okay, so this is interesting now a little bit because we're greeting instead of just doing dragons and things. But again, limit testing. Become Samira, become Samira. Like, it's not even greeting at this point. It's just actual turbo carry. I apologize. This is just clean. The healing from that Gore Drinker. Oops, we swapped it. Oh no, he is Gragas. I'm gonna have to get used to that. The healing from the kit though, and from the build, and the damage, and the ult resets, and the passive makes a lot of those situations seem dire, but they're not. Brilliant, brilliant. Right, let's close this up now. Let's see what happens in this game. We should get one more kill. Actually, it looks like ominous things are about to happen. So in this case, the game is free. I feel like you have total control, provided you are in every situation necessary to get the Soul and the Baron. But it looks like that doesn't happen. So Rayleigh's being caught out here and killed. I think at this point you have to cut your... Okay, Lucian... Cut your losses. You see him, but he has TP because it's Korea. You will see this on your map. Don't fight it. Just, there's nothing for them to take. They can't do Baron. All the waves in the mid and the bottom are pushed against them. You can go back to base, reset, and spend your gold. You got 3 grand. Really has 1 grand in the pocket. No one else really has anything. But I feel like trying to take a 5v4 fight when you're already 1v5 is kind of bad. Now, I understand that you want to be here for the team, but let's see. You can knock back out, manage to kill Talia, become Talia. Okay, I don't think you should become Talia here. There you go. So that's it. That's it. That's it. Don't necessarily feel compelled to go to the soul if you don't need to. Because this is good, right? But don't click it, because you know every one of their team are here, and he's about to go mega. So taking this and dashing in is just going to put you in prime position to get absolutely swashed against the wall, which is what happens. So here we don't want to take this. The fact that you managed to kill the Talia is perfect. It means if they were going to go to the Baron, it's now 100% off the table. So I think this is a mistake by Canyon. And as I said, that one mistake, it can cost you. And like, what's the rest of your team going to do? Nothing. Nothing at all is the answer. Absolutely nothing. They just gave away all the shutdown gold, and I think they lose with this. They lose from this. There you go. All right. Great. Nice to know this. Nice to know that you just needed one person on your team to be a human, and you win. Not to be toxic, but I meant that in a meme sense. Just, I guess, not. You needed one person on your team to really have an excellent game. The set did a good job, but yeah, that's unfortunate. So it looks like he's gonna lose this game. Unfortunately for him, but hopefully you had a good look at Viego's kit, how he uses it, how you can farm and focus on map mobility. Remember, you are not an AFK farmer. You are looking to play it very similarly to Talia. Not AP, obviously. You're a fighter. Itemize as such. Test all the things out. Slap in that Blade of the Rune King first. Try Trinity Force against squishy team comps. Try Gore Drinker against HP stackers and tanks. Make sure you throw out the Kraken Slate just for full testing, but again, I always advise normals and flex queue until the data and the best players in the world really show us the way. Go find your Dark Tech, abuse it while you can. As you can see, the champion is really good. I definitely think it's not as weak as people were saying whatsoever, purely because they didn't know how to use it properly. And until you see it on the best players in the world, that's always going to be the case. So, it looks like they lose here, sorry to say. A little bit of a throw. Kenya did everything perfectly except for one mistake, taking a soul on a new champion. When I thought he was griefing, he wasn't. He was just actually dominating. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed learning Viego together here, having a good look. I have played him a few games myself, so I had a bit of context. But nice to see how Canyon used the kit. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed. I'll put another video up maybe tomorrow or Sunday on this channel. Let's see how we go. But good luck in your testing. Thank you for watching, and as always, I will see you all in the next defeat.